the time has come, the walrus said.
Oh, isn't that startup sound perfect? Anyway, in the year 20... I missed it, hold on. Hey, at least we get to hear the startup sound again. Perfection. In the year 2000 XX AD, the first annual robot tournament was held. Look at all these cool characters we got here. With 8 of the world's most powerful robots. But... Mr. X, the sponsor of the tournament, took control of the robots and began to take over the world. Mr. X, why? It's time to tell you the truth. I have been manipulating that fool Dr. Wily from the beginning. But now I no longer need Dr. Wily's help. Come and face my power, Mega Man. We'll stop you. Follow me, Rush. And there we are, Mega Man 6. 1993. Capcom at this point had released Street Fighter II, Mega Man X, and yet here we are, still on the NES with another numbered Mega Man title. You know, Mega Man 6 is not a bad game by any means, and it shouldn't be judged just because it's on an older system. After all, the Kirby's Adventure was one of the first games we played on the channel, and that was 1994? 3 or 4. And of course there's Fire Emblem 5, which was released years after the Super Nintendo, even the N64 even. So, with all that out of the way, let's just begin Mega Man 6, and I think this is actually a really decent game. But before we get into any of that, I need to explain the history of Mega Man on this channel, and just my own personal history with Mega Man. Mega Man was always a franchise where I played the games, but I never really loved them. But yeah, I played 2 and 3, and I just wasn't feeling them, and for some reason, when I revisit them on this channel, it was so much fun, especially starting with the original and seeing how far 2 and 3 went in terms of improving the franchise, and 4 as well. 5 was kind of a low point, just because it didn't really add a lot other than a bigger charge shot. But from what I remember of this game, and replaying it a bit recently, it's a really great one. We have a lot of interesting options, and we're going to start things off with Flame Man here. Snazzy new intro for the Robot Masters. Ooh, look at all the stats and everything. I love how every Mega Man game on the NES has its own style to it. Now, Flame Man, we've already had a Fire Man and a Heat Man at this point. You might be wondering what's so unique about Flame Man, and, well, I guess it's the oil that's used in this stage here. Honestly, the stages do a lot more to make the Robot Masters interesting than, well, the Robot Masters themselves do. And as you can see, those guys dropping fire can actually burn said oil, which can be quite hazardous. I think that's acting like spikes, where it's kind of instant kill. Kind of a neat gameplay mechanic, you know? Man, just thinking of oil, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was already out at this point. Again, I don't want to bring too much attention to the fact that this is a late NES title, but... wow, like Sonic 2, that's something. But hey, look at this neat stage gimmick here, where we're able to knock these guys into the oil and use them as a platform. Isn't that fun? Now, as for this game's story... okay, so there's this Mr. X guy who's been manipulating Wily the whole time. Sure. I'll believe... no, I won't. Gimme. Honestly, it's worth it. It's an energy tank, after all. Looks like we've made it to the boss here. That's good. Now, as you guys know, every Mega Man game has its items to collect, so we'll get into that in due time. Don't worry. But first, we have Flame Man himself here. Oh, that's right. I actually really don't like this fight. The way Flame Man shoots pillars, it's kind of impossible to tell where they're going to emerge exactly. And the standard projectile is just kind of boring. Like, this is just kind of an unfair fight in a way. Yeah, we'll just reset on health and do that again. I hate how those flame walls actually block our charge shot. Maybe I should have saved this guy for when we had his weakness, but I wanted to go here for one specific reason that I'll get into once we beat him. Even if I jump, I can't avoid it. Oh, there we go. We just gotta get lucky with those flame walls is all. Ooh. Oh, we had one tick left. Come on now, we can do this. I think a good strategy might be staying far away, because then we have plenty of time to avoid those fire projectiles, but also we can see where the flame walls are headed, even though I think their pattern is kind of random. The downside of being too far away is our charge shot takes too long to reach him. Oh, this works though. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. There we are, we got him. Alright, first Robot Master taken care of. The rest will probably be a lot easier just because we have the weapons now, although I'm not doing it in order at first. First I'm going to do a couple things just seemingly randomly. because there's a couple of things I want to go after, which we'll see here at the end of Flame Man stage. I know I'm being a bit cryptic right now, unnecessarily, but here you can see we got the Rush Power Adapter. Just like a lot of previous Mega Man games, some stages will give us new items or new Rush items. Like how you want to get item 2 before doing Heat Man stage in Mega Man 2, you know. Here, we have the Rush Adapters, which I definitely want to show off, and the other Rush Adapter, because there's only 2 in this, is at Plant Man stage. Plant Man, huh? Not a very interesting idea, that one. Not very original either. Doesn't this look just very similar to Woodman stage? But here we can go ahead and show off the new Rush Adapter, the Power Adapter, which is up here at the top. We select it, and as you can see, Rush merges with us to create this new kind of transformation for Mega Man himself. Instead of having Rush come out and act as a spring or a submarine or something like that, Rush kind of fuses with us to create some new ability for Mega Man. In the Power Adapter's case, we can shoot these little punch projectiles, or even charge them up like so, which fills up that little power meter on the left. Once we're filled up all the way, we can burst through rocks like this, which kind of reminds me of how Gutsman's ability would let you break through big rocks like that. I mean, there are other Mega Man weapons that work like that, like I know Hardman's knuckle weapon could break open surfaces, the Crash Bomber, of course. Now, it isn't super ideal to use just because of its short range, and the fact that when we're in this form, we cannot slide. So, I don't really go around and using it like this too often. Typically, it's just to break open those blocks and find secrets. Hey, Eddie, what do you got for me? Eddie, I can't refresh you this time because I dropped down in from the sky. Come on, Eddie. Well, I suppose this is a good time as any to show off the Fire Blast. This is a Flame Man's weapon. It's a little flame pillar. I mean, I like that it doesn't use a lot of ammo, but it still doesn't seem too useful. Oh, we can use it against this sub-boss. That's interesting. Huh. Actually didn't do too bad now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, wow. That actually works great in this instance. I'm glad I started using it. These springs are kind of unique. I mean, I don't know why they're in Plant Man stage of all places, but they're kind of unique. Okay, this is Future Jockey, and, yeah, spring, like the season where plants grow. I can't believe I just got this now. I feel like a complete idiot. And here's an instance where we can use the powered adapter. Burst through here, and get some more ammo for the, whoops, get some more ammo for the Flame Blast. I almost used the energy tanks, which would have been such a waste. Ah, he got us. Oh wow, that does like, that killed him in like 6 hits or so. That's impressive. Oh, gotta watch out for these piranha robots. Much more dangerous than actual piranhas. Oh, we can't use that power up here. Here's what we gotta do is shoot these platforms to kind of activate them. It's kind of an interesting bit, although it would be nice if we had a rush jet right about now. Of course, using the charge shot in an instance like this gives us a bigger range and actually opening up those platforms for us. That spring bit was really fun. I mean, if there's one thing I can say from what I remember of Mega Man 6, is that this game is just fun more than anything. It's not quite as challenging as games like 4 or even 3. Now, I'm almost certain that the Fire Adapter won't do much for us on Plant Man here, but I guess it's worth a go. You'd think fire would work well on plants, but I guess not. And yeah, as you can no doubt tell from the attack he's using, he's gonna give us another shield power-up, which we've already had 2 of throughout the series. We're actually gonna beat him like this. We came in with barely any health, and with a weapon that isn't his weakness. Plant Man, what the hell? See, the reason I went to Plant Man even though we didn't have his weakness is because, in addition to the plant shield, we also get the Rush Jet adapter, which you might think, oh, Rush Jet, like riding on Jet like before. Not quite. I want to show you the Rush Jet because it is one of the best things Mega Man 6 gives us. I'm pretty sure that the Flame Pillar we have right now is good against Blizzard Man. I mean, logic would dictate we would melt Blizzard Man, right? This guy is a big fan of the Wallace and Gromit animated film. Blizzard Man has a great theme, I think. Although, I don't think it's quite as memorable as some other tracks in this game. That's just me personally. One interesting thing we can do in Blizzard Man stage here is we have these bits of ice and we can actually use the Flame Pillar, as you can see, to burst through— wow, that was a waste. Hey, at least we respawn really quickly. I mean, they've really mastered NES games at this point. But yeah, you can actually burst through those parts of the stage, which is an interesting gimmick to say the least. And I almost forgot, we need to show off the new Oh, what do we have over here? Hold on, you. I need to deal with this guy. Come on. There we go. Let's see what we have using the power adapter. Luckily, we can skip that cutscene where Rush merges with this every time. But this new jet adapter is really interesting, actually. Using the jet adapter, we now have this jetpack, and we can fly about a bit. See that power meter on the left, right where that charge for that boxing attack was? Well, now, it's kind of a fuel meter that we can use to gauge how much we can hover. It can allow us to really avoid some obstacles, although it isn't always necessary, just mainly on those really open stages, you know? Suppose I can show off the plant barrier now. It's another shield, because we haven't had enough of those. I mean, in reality, I don't mind the plant barrier. At this point, though, we've already had the skull barrier and the leaf shield. So, I mean, it's another one, that's for sure. Go right across, go down on the jump. Again, the level design is just fun. You can really enjoy it a lot of the time, and, you know what? That'll do. Ooh, look at this clever bit we gotta do here. Gotta activate that, jump away. Activate that, jump away again. And then we can go for the boss. Look at that. Now, I don't think we're gonna beat Blizzard Man on the first try, especially with as little health as we have. You know what, we'll do an energy tank. Just so we don't waste more lives, and we'll activate the Flame Blast. And we'll give this boss our best go. Look at this man with his skis here. So he kind of rolls into the wall and then shoots ice at us, and that's about it. I mean, it's an NES boss fight. There's not a lot to it most of the time. As you can see, the flame pillar really destroys him. Like, wow. So now we've obtained the Blizzard attack, which is an interesting kind of shotgun spray. I like it. We'll give it a go here.